Hello friends, today in this tutorial we will be building a Firebase authentication system inside our React.js application, and we will also be implementing protected routes. So basically let me start this application, npm start. So let me show you. So this is my Firebase console guys. So basically you will now see, let me copy paste that code here. So we will be looking at how to implement Firebase authentication inside your React.js project. And basically in this tutorial we will be looking at email and password, simple email and password authentication. For that you need to go to your Firebase console, and basically you need to turn on your go to authentication, and simply you need to go to sign in method, and basically here you need to put the email and password enabled it. So just enable email and password here and click on save. So you need to save this email and password, you need to enable this. And now if you go to your authentication inside your user screen here, so let me just delete all the users here, let me delete this account. So inside our React.js application guys, now you will see that if I say let me see here what is the problem it is saying. Error is defined but is never used. Sign up. So if you're watching it for the very first time guys, then please hit the like button, subscribe the channel as well. So we will be looking at, you can now see this is the application, basically localhost 3000. So basically you will be having a simple sign in form, or if you click the sign up page you will be redirected to sign up. You can see that. So basically here we will have two input fields, email address and password. So basically I have shown you, you need to enable this inside your Firebase console inside sign in method. Just go to email and password and you need to enable this. So let me show you. So this is authentication. So we will create a user here inside the sign up route. So let's suppose I create a new user, brand new user. So let's suppose I put the email address, let's suppose geeky Gautam @gmail.com, and then the password. So basically let's suppose I put here 12345 6. This is my password. Click on sign up. So as I click the sign up page guys, it will redirect me to the account page. So you can see this is the profile or dashboard page here. So it contains the basic information about the user, which is the user email. It also contains display email, avatar image, all this information you can display it, but I am just displaying the user email. And then there is this logout button. So basically if you click this logout button, you will be able to simply sign out the user. So now if I check here, let me check here, refresh it. So now basically you can see that this user is successfully created inside our Firebase console here, inside our user section. So one user has been successfully created. So this is a provider which is email, and it was created on September 10, 2022. You can see that today's date. It was signed in today, September 10th, and basically Firebase gives you this unique ID to every user which is created by its authentication system. So basically you can just uh, it can be ID variable, unique user ID. Basically you can use it as a primary key in order to delete records as well. So this is a unique ID Firebase gives you. So basically then there is some options. You can also reset password here, disable account or delete account here. You can see that. And when I log out here, you can now see it will again redirect me to the home page. So now once again we can sign in. So now to sign in guys, we can simply say geeky Gautam, and we need to enter gmail.com and then 123456 and click on sign in. So as I click the sign in page guys, you can now see again we are redirected to our account page. So this is account here, which is geekygautam@gmail.com, and then there is logout button here. So we are using the version Firebase 9 guys. This is the latest version which is available for Firebase. And let's suppose I enter an invalid email address. So this email address doesn't exist. So in that case, if you check here inside the console section, you will see Firebase error, authentication user not found. And let's suppose I go to the sign up page here, and basically I need to create a new user. So here let me create a write a email address Gautam12345 @gmail.com. And one cool little feature Firebase offers you, this is a weak password, so at least you should have 6 characters if you for the password field. So if you write here, let's suppose less than 6 characters, if I just write 1234, click on sign up, you now will see authentication weak password. So password should be at least 6 characters. So Firebase has its own authentication system for passwords, so you should have at least 6 characters for the password while you creating the account. So if you have less than characters, it will give you this error, nice little error that you can display. So it has this unique feature. And the protected routes, guys, you can see here, if I go to the account page directly, now it will not let me go to that route. So basically it is protected route, only the authenticated users can access that route. You can see that if I write here localhost 3000 slash account, it is not letting me go in. So that's the power of protected routes inside React.js, inside Firebase. So we will be implementing all this functionality, guys, using the context API. So you will all know context API. It's a alternative to Redux. Context is similar to Redux. So if you say here context versus Redux, so when to use them, every concept has its own advantages, but I prefer context over Redux. Redux is quite complex, but context is very much easy for beginner developers in React.js. So I will be using context API to implement this protected routes. So if you're watching it for the very first time, then please hit the like button, subscribe the channel. And for this tutorial, guys, I have given all the source code in the description and also in the pin chat. You can look at in the pin chat, all the source code will be given here, step-by-step instructions. So I have written a complete blog post on my tutorial website Coding Shiksha, so you can copy paste all the source code, or you can go to the pinned comment to follow along with this video. So I will be now going through step-by-step tutorial, step-by-step way how to implement this. So now we will go to our projects folder inside desktop, and here we will create a new project, make directory Firebase Authentication project 2. I will cd into this, and basically, guys, now we will open this inside Visual Studio Code text editor. So here, guys, we will say npx create react tab Firebase auth project. So now basically it will create a brand new project, guys. You can see now we have this package.json file here. So just wait as it installs all the dependencies which are needed for this project. We are also using routing functionality, guys. As you all know, we are switching from one page to another. We are going to the sign up page, we are going to the sign in page, then we are going to the account page. So we will also be using the browser router. So for that you need to install the React router DOM library. So basically it's a React router. It's a library for having routing inside our React.js applications. So also, guys, on the front end side that you see all the styling that is done here, we are not using Bootstrap, we are using Tailwind. As you all know, Tailwind is a great CSS framework. So it is better than, I think, Bootstrap. So it uses a utility classes concept, and you can easily integrate Tailwind CSS with the React.js. So basically there are some commands that you need to write here. You can directly write Tailwind CSS in React. So on their official website, if you go to it, they will offer instructions here. These two commands you need to install, then it will like this. I will show you step by step. So now you can see that, guys, it has installed this React DOM. So this is the latest version of React. You can see 18 version. Now we will install cd into Firebase auth project. So first of all, hit the like button, subscribe the channel as well, guys. So npm I Firebase and also React router DOM. So install these two dependencies, guys, which is Firebase and React router DOM. So this will take some time to install this. So just wait for installing when it completely installs this. So Now it has successfully installed it, guys. You can see Firebase. The version is 9.9, which is the latest version of Firebase at this moment of time, whenever I'm doing this live stream. And then which is React Router DOM, so which is 6.3. So after this, guys, what we can say is that we can start this application, npm start React.js application. So now, very first thing we need to do, inside source folder you need to create Firebase Dot Js. This will hold the configuration code, guys, for Firebase. So for this you need to go to your Firebase account here and go to the settings folder, and here you need to create a brand new app. Click the add app section and create an app here. After creating that app, you will find all these instructions. First of all, you need to install Firebase. Then you will need all this code. Simply copy this code. So this code will be very much different for you guys, so don't copy my API key authorization domain. This will be totally different for you. So whenever you are publishing it for production, you need to save this information in an environment file. So this is very much important information. And also, guys, we are implementing authentication. So for this purpose, we also need to have authentication module here. So we will simply at the very top, we will say we need to import from Firebase authentication. So from this we will import the get auth method, and after this, guys, we also need to say, after we initialize it, we need to export const another variable which is auth. So we will have get auth and we will pass the app, and also we need to export default this app variable so that we can use it inside another files. So this is complete, guys. This code is complete. So now you can close this Firebase.js and move it to your app.js. So we don't need this all this stuff. You can delete this and also delete the logo. So basically, guys, now you can see that uh, now we need to create a components folder inside our source folder. So here we will have the components folder. So here we will have three components. First will be the sign in page, signin.jsx. Then we will have signup.jsx. And the third one will be, guys, account.jsx. This will be the account page whenever user is successfully logged in. And also we will just create these three files for now. And now inside app.js, guys, what we need to say is that, as you all know, we need to first of all configure Tailwind CSS for using this. So just go to this constructions. I have also given these instructions in my blog post, so please write this blog post. So if you're watching it for the very first time, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. So here you need to install this by using this command here, which is go to uh, command line and paste this command. So this will install the Tailwind CSS, guys, inside your React.js project. And then the second command here, which is npx tailwind css init-y. After this command executes. So now it has installed it. So now execute this command, which is the second command. So basically this will create these two files inside your root directory, which is this one, tailwind config.js and postcss.config.js. So now inside this second file, inside the content, it has given these instructions. You need to copy paste this code. Just copy it and paste it like this. So basically it is saying that it will look inside the source folder and basically JSX, JS, TS, TypeScript, all these files, basically it will apply the styles. After that, guys, just go to your index.css file and copy paste this code. So inside your React.js project you have index.css, delete all this and paste this code here. That's it. So this is all that you need, guys, inside to configure the Tailwind CSS. So basically just close this files here. Now inside your app.js file, guys, basically we will remove this class. Instead we will have a h1 and also we can start this application. So npm start. So as I start this application at a particular port number, so localhost 3000, so just wait. So nothing is there, guys. So basically we can say we will have the step by step. So what we can do is that we can write like this and show the. So basically, guys, here first of all we will have h1 tag. So we will have a Tailwind class, which is, let me write the text first of all, which is Firebase Authentication and Context. Now you can see that. And basically here we need to apply the classes, which is text center. So it will center the text here. This is the Tailwind CSS class. And we also need to change the size to text 3XL. So now the size will be increased. You can now see this is very easy Tailwind CSS. And also we need to change to bold text, font bold. So now you can see that. So after this, guys, what we need to do is that we need to say we need to have our routing functionality there. So for importing the router, guys, you need to go to index.js and basically you need to make some modification here. So basically inside here what you need to do is that, if you see here, let me show you. So here, guys, what we need to do is that I have given all the source code in the description of the video. So in the live chat also I have given the link. So if you're watching it for the very first time, then please hit the like button, subscribe the channel. So basically inside this blog post, guys, you will find the code here to configure the React router DOM. So basically we have installed this, so we can simply just remove this file, import vitals and all that. So we will import from React router DOM, and basically here we need to import browser router. So here we need to delete this, and basically we need to say browser router, and in between this we need to configure this. That's it. So that's it, guys. This is all that you need to do, is that simply, yeah, I think this is complete now. And just one change, React, if you see here, React DOM from React DOM client. Yeah, that's it. So you can delete this. So just close this file, guys. Now we can simply basically have different routes here for our file here. Basically we can have different routes. So basically we will have routes. So routes has to be imported. So here at the very top we will say import routes from React router DOM, and also we need to import the route as well, so which will go inside this, which is basically, here we will define the actual routes here, which is, so basically the path here, it gives the property whichever path you need to give here. So we are configuring for the home page, so whenever we go to the home page we need to load this component, which is, we will show the element here. So element means which component you want to render. So we need to render the, inside curly brackets we will say the sign in component, sign in component. So now we need to create this. So as you can see here, sign in, so RFC. So this is the functional component, guys, you can see that. So let me create this also. Um, so these are three functional components, guys. So here we can import this sign in. So this is imported here, you can now see. The second path will be for route path. So when we go to the sign up page, we need to show the element which will be equal to sign up. So we can now see. And the third route, guys, which will be for the account page, so slash account, and the element basically will be uh, account. So you can see that. So now we have three routes here. Now we can test it using it very simply. We can go to our application. So now you can see if I open the home route, sign in is showing here. If I go to my sign up route, sign up will be showing here. And if I go to my slash account, so account will be showing here. So all the three routes are perfectly working here. So this is the routing functionality, guys. So basically now what we need to do is that we need to create a simple form here inside sign up. So first of all, we will create a user and do the using email and password. So basically inside this we will do step by step here. Go to the slash account, sorry, sign up page. So we will style it step by step. So basically just do it like this. So here, guys, what we need to say is that inside this we will have to construct a, we need to give some classes to it. Maximum width of 700 pixels. So this is all Tailwind CSS classes. We will basically, let me write the first of all the HTML and then explain to you. So here we will have a simple h1 tag of let's suppose sign up for a new account, and basically here we will have already have an account yet. So basically here we will be using a module, guys, which will be link module, which will be imported from React router DOM. Here you can see that. So basically here we need to link it to the home page. So whenever we click this button, we will be imported to the home page. So this will be sign in. So this will be basically underline. So we will use the underline class of Tailwind CSS. You will see that. If I click sign in, basically I will be redirected to the home page. So now you can see. So basically, guys, what we need to say is that so we can style the paragraph. So we can give it a py, which is padding from the y position. So now you can see that, and also we can style the heading. Now text to Excel. We will increase the size. We will make it bold like this, and py2. That's it. Some padding here. And also now we need to make it in the center of the screen, so we can say maximum width of 700 pixel. So here we will say MX auto. So this will be margin in the X position to auto. This will center it. Also we need to MY, which is padding from the Y position, margin from the Y position, and P4, which is padding. You can see here. So after this, guys, what we need to do is that just close this paragraph after this link at save. So now after this, guys, we will have the form here. So basically autocomplete will be off. And inside this form, guys, we will just have the two input fields out there. So here we will give it a label. So here we will say email address. So after this, we will have a simple input field, type email, and basically it is required HTML form validation. So now we also need to give it a class name, which is Tailwind Css, which is we need to give it a border. Now you can see, and also padding 3. So now you can see we have this input field where you can write something here. So similarly, we will have the next input field here, which is for the password. Also, we need to give style this label, which is uh, I think this is padding y2, font medium. And similarly, we can paste it. So once again, this will be for password. So also we need to style this. So now we can give it the class name, which is flex column. So now it will go to the next line, padding 2. So now it is looking good. And similarly, we need to attach these classes here also, which is flex column py2. So now it is looking great, guys. So after this, we will just have a simple button to submit the form. So right here, we will have the button. So here we will simply say sign up. So we have different classes here, guys, which is we need to give it a border to the button. So we have this border, and this border needs to be blue. So border blue. So you can see border blue 500. So this is the shade here, guys. Higher the value, greater will be the shade. We also need to say BG stands for background, needs to be blue 600. So now you can see that. So whenever we hover onto this, we need to change the background blue to 500. So now you can see that. And also we need to give some padding for margin from the Y position to, and the color we need to change to white. So this is the button, guys, which is ready now. And width full as well. So basically I'm missing this class, width full. So now you can see that. So now this is the complete form which is ready, guys, using Tailwind CSS classes. It's looking quite good. So our sign up page is ready here. Now we just need to hook up the functionality. And just if you go to the sign in page, guys, you also need to have the sign in page. So let me do it as well. So up till now, if you have any sort of problem, you can ask in the comment section. So I will reply to all the questions, guys, once the application completes, so don't worry about it. So now basically we will style this sign in. So here, guys, once again, if you go to the sign in page, we have the sign in page here. So simply we will basically the styles are pretty much the same here, so we will simply copy and paste. I don't want to waste your time, so that's why I'm doing this. Paste it. So basically here, this will be for sign up. So here we will say want to create a new account. So you will, if you click this sign up button, you will be redirected to the sign up route. So we will say sign up. So here we will say heading will be changed here. This time this will be sign in, sign in to account. So after this, guys, we will need the email address and password. This will pretty much remain the same. So if I now see here the page, how is it looking? So again, it is saying link is not defined. So we need to import this. So now it is imported. So this is our sign in page, guys, which is also ready, guys. If I click sign up, you will be redirected to sign up page. If I click sign in, I will be redirected to the home page. So these two pages are ready, guys. So now we simply need to go to the account page and also create something here. So here we will be displaying the email address once ever the user is successfully logged in. So basically, so here basically inside this structure, we will need to give a h1 tag, and basically here we will be saying account, and after this we will have a simple paragraph which will be user email. That's it. So basically here we will be attaching the classes for which is required: text to Excel, which is Tailwind classes; font bold, MX auto, which is MX margin auto, index direction, MY16, and padding 4. And for the paragraphs, guys, there is no class, and basically there will be a button which will be there. So whenever you click this button, you will be log out. So some of the classes which is there is we need to put border padding 6, in the y direction padding y2, my4. So these are all the classes, guys. So you can also see the drop down happening here. You will see if you write here my4. So this is the account page is also ready, guys. If I go to the account page, you will now see. So this is the account page simply here. And also we also need to attach these classes, which is max width 600 pixel, and MX auto to make it in the center, MY60, and padding to 4. So now you can see this is now also styled. So we have done the styling for all these 3 pages, guys, which is sign in, sign up, and account page. So now we just need to hook up the functionality here. So for hooking up the functionality, first of all, we will need to configure our context API. So for configuring it, we need to create a separate folder here, which is inside the source here. We will create this context folder, context. So inside the context folder, you need to create a file which is Auth Context. So just create this file, Auth Context.js. So right here inside this file, guys, we will define the code which is needed for this Auth Context. So basically, first of all, in this file we will import the create context from React. We will import this, so which is required for creating a context. And basically we also need to import the authentication module from the Firebase file which we have. You can see that inside Firebase, if I tell you, we are exporting this variable, which is auth variable. So in this we are importing it. You can now see. So after this, guys, we need to now create the user context. So for creating it, we will create a new variable which is user context, and here we will simply say create context like this. So after doing this, guys, we need to say export const, and here we will be exporting this, which is, you can just provide any name of your choice, but we will say auth context provider, and here it will contain this children, and this is the arrow function. So basically, guys, here we will be writing all the functions, all the code which is required for this. Simply do this. So here we will declare all the methods for this app. Simply you can just say this is kind of a database. So here first of all we will declare the use state hook. Here we will use it to store all the fields out there. So we will set it for the user. So user, set user. Basically the initial value for this will be null. In this case, if I see here use state, import it automatically. So this will be an empty object by default. So when you load the application for the very first time. So after this, guys, we will also need to return something from it. So we can simply say return, and here we need to wrap the user context that we have created, and here we need to provide the value. So user context dot provider. You now see, basically this is the simplest of the ways in order to configure the context API, and here you need to give some values. So whichever values you need to export, so that you can use it inside other files. This can be methods, variables, anything you can put here. So I need to put this user variable. I will put this user variable which is required, and now we need to define all these three methods, which is sign in, sign up, and logout. All these three methods, and lastly, if you see here, also need to put here provider, and also at very last, guys, we need to export this, export const user auth, and this will be an arrow function, and here we need to return use context, and here we will pass the user context. That's it, so that you can use this context in other files as well. So that's it. So this line is very much important. You need to write this line. And now, guys, after this we can include this file in our file, which is, first of all, we are looking for sign up. So here we will be including this file, which is at the very top. So at the very top here, user auth. So for doing this, guys, for creating a new user, first of all we need to declare some variables here, which will be for email, set email. So these are all hook variables, which is use state. So this will be an empty by default. Similarly goes for the password as well. So password, set password, and this will be also empty. And also we will be showing the error as well, guys, if any sort of error take place. So for that also, this will be empty by default. And also, guys, basically here we will be importing the user auth that we have imported here. You can see it will be imported from the context folder, auth context. So here we have exported, if you check this file at the very last line, user auth. So that's why we are importing it like this, import user auth. So basically this is the function here, so that's it. So from this we need to import this create user method. So we need to create this method inside this context here. We need to create here, so we will declare it later on. So after this, guys, what we need to say is that we also need to import the use navigate module hook here. Use navigate, this will be imported. You can see that use navigate, this will be coming from React router DOM. So basically, let me show you the use of use navigate. Let's suppose you want to redirect user to a specific route. Let's suppose whenever user is successfully created a user, you need to redirect the user to the account page. So in that scenario, you will use navigate. It is also a function. So basically here you need to attach a on submit. So whenever the form submits, we need to attach this on submit event handler. So here we will execute this function which is handle submit, and here we need to define this function here which is handle submit. This will be an arrow function. This will have this e parameter, guys. So first of all we need to say e.prevent default to prevent the auto submission of the form, and after that, guys, we will get the values which are written by the user. So basically we can just assign on change to each of the input field here. So here on change, so this will be there inside this method only. We can define here only here. So set email e dot target dot value, like this. So basically it will set the email. We have put this hook function here. Similarly, we will do the same thing on change, set password e dot target dot value, like this. So after this, guys, inside our handle submit, after e.prevent default, we will set the error to empty, like this. After this, we will put this code inside a try catch block so that we can catch any sort of error which takes place. So here we can simply say console log error message, and also we can set the error message. That's it. So inside this try block, guys, we need to make it a async function here. This needs to be a async function. Inside this, we can now use await keyword. So here we need to create this method, guys, which will be create user. We will call this method. So first of all, let me create this method. After that, we will call this create user, and basically here we will passing the email and the password to this function. So now we need to go to the context file here and now define this function here. So basically this function will be very much easy. It is used to create a new user. So simply here we will have const create user, and it will expect the email and the password to be passed to it, like this. This will be an arrow function. So basically, guys, Firebase does provide some kind of methods to create a user. So one such method is create user with email and password. So the approach that we are following here. So inside your authentication, in sign-in method, we are using email and password. So that's why. So here we will say return create user with email and password. So this will be imported. You will see that from Firebase/auth automatically. So basically here we will pass the authentication object. So this authentication object, guys, we do need to import. You will see automatically it is imported from authentication, and then we need to pass the email and the password. So put a comma, email and password, like this. So basically, guys, this is completed. It will return this user, So now you simply need to add this, put a comma and add this method so that it is exportable. So this is very important. You need to add this inside user context dot provider so that we can access it inside another file. So now go to sign up. So basically just uncomment this line. So basically now you will be able to create a new user, which is, and after this guys we will use this navigate that we have imported. So this will redirect the user to the account page once they are created successfully. Page. So we will say navigate and go to the slash account page. That's it. So that's completed guys. Let me test it this now if it is working or not. So basically I will go to the sign up page, create a new user. Let me see what is happening here. So it is saying that some kind of error is there. The above error occurred in the sign up component. Cannot destructure property create user. Let me see guys what is the problem. User auth. Let me see guys what is the problem. Sometimes these errors are very much hard to find out what is going on. User auth, use navigate, and let me see, create user, and after this user context. So if you're watching it for the very first time guys, then please hit the like button, subscribe the channel as well. What is going on? Cannot destructure property create user. Create user. We have defined this function guys, you can see create user, so here we are passing it. And then we are awaiting it create user and navigating to the account page. So what this is, why this is occurring this problem, let me see. E.prevent default, use navigate. Let me see guys. I think guys what we need to say is that basically, oh sorry, I missed this. This is very much easy guys, so we need to embed this children as well. So basically inside auth context here you can now see this is a children which is passed as a property. So we haven't uh, provided this children here, so this needs to be there in between, so that's the problem. So just refresh it. So now what is the problem? I think this is the problem because Firebase does provide this event which is on auth state changed. If you just type this on Google, so basically whenever the authentication state changes, this function automatically execute, which is on auth state changed. So whenever you sign into a new account or you create a new account, so this is a special event that occurs. So we are not writing it, we haven't written it. So inside auth change here guys, so basically we will use the use effect hook. So this will only occur only once inside the application. So basically here we will simply say on use effect. So here we will say unsubscribe, and basically we will call on auth state changed. So this will be imported automatically. You will see that on auth state changed. And inside this basically guys, basically it takes the authentication and the current user like this, and basically we can console log the current user like this, and we can set the user which is current user like this. So now we are passing the user here as well. So after this, what we need to do is that we also need to put here empty brackets. So this is not dependent upon any property. This will only execute once. So return, and what we need to return here from this, we need to return this function which we define unsubscribe. That's it. So I think that now this error will not take place. If I go to it, so here this line 14 is saying this user auth create user. Line 14. Value cannot destructure property create user of context auth context as it is undefined. User auth is undefined. So if you're watching it for the very first time guys, then please hit the like button, subscribe the channel as well if you're watching it for the very first time. Let me see guys what is the problem here. It is taking a lot of time. So user auth, user context. Basically I'm just doing a very silly mistake. So sometimes this can take place whenever export const user auth use context user context. So why, let me just paste this file guys really quickly. So basically I will remove the logout function, sign in function as well, so only the create user is there. the user set user is there. It's empty object, and inside use effect we are calling this. So module build failed from node modules variable user auth. Oh, sorry. What is going on? Yes. So just refresh it now, guys. So hopefully this should work. So it is saying logout sign in is not defined. So let me delete that. So this, so you can see it is clearly telling me that this error occurred in the sign up component. Basically this on line 14. So basically here the error is actually taking place. So let me down and fix this now, guys. It is very frustrating too. Let me paste this code once again. So sign up.jsx. So paste it here, this code. So you can see we are calling this create user and navigating to the account page. So now let me, hopefully this should work now. So create user, user auth. So hit the like button, subscribe the channel as well, guys. So let me go to my description of blog post, guys, and here this is very frustrating to see some kind of error taking place. So copy paste the correct code. This is the correct code, guys. If you're watching this live stream, you can just match the previous code to this code and find out which error I'm making, because I don't know which error I made here. So this is the correct code, guys. You can see we are calling this create user. We have imported it from user auth here and then navigating to the account page. Let me see if it is working or not. So once again it is giving me the same error, guys. So I think it is somewhat deep error because I need to match the versions here. So basically all the versions, which is this one, 18. Oh, I think we are missing one trick, guys. Inside our index.js, we need to wrap all this code. Yeah, I missed one thing to tell you guys. So just go to index.js and right here, you need to basically just let me show you what I am missing here. Inside this, yeah, we need to uh, import this here. We need to import the context here, basically import the from context folder and auth context. So here we need to import this auth context provider, and here we need to wrap all this, which is this is app.js, I think. Sorry, not here. Go to app.js, not index.js. Go to app.js, and here we need to import. So sorry, here we, whenever you put the routes here, we need to put at top of this auth context provider. So this will be imported here. From this you will see that. So here we have defined this. If you open this, we have defined this, which is auth context provider. So this is exactly, it is exporting it, so we are just importing it here. So right here we need to do this like this. So close this. So you just need to wrap all this code right here inside this auth context provider. So that's it. That's all that you need to do. Now your application should work. Definitely, you can now see. You can just clear this out and refresh it. Now you can see no error is taking place. So that's why I forgot to tell you this. So you need to do that. So now we can sign up for a new account. So let me delete all these accounts which are present here. Let me go to the authentication, and basically let me delete this account and create a new basic account. So geeky Gautam 1997@gmail.com 123456, and if I click sign up, you will now see it will redirect to the account page. And now if you refresh it, our user is created. You will now see geeky Gautam 1997 September 10th, but it is not displaying the name here. So why it is not displaying it, let me see here. So we have this object here, you will now see, which is all these properties are there: access token, authentication, display name, email address, email verified, all this data. So you just need to go to account page and basically display this data. So now open your component account. So we haven't displayed it, so we need to display it. So go to, so simply here we need to write here, which is inside our heading section here. So user email, basically we will, inside curly brackets you will simply say user. So first of all, you need to import the user auth here. So we will say const, we need to import user auth. This will be imported from auth context, and this will be a function. So from this user auth we have defined this. You can see we are passing these two variables, which is create user and the actual user which is created. So here inside uh, our account page we can get the user, that's it. And basically now we have access to the user, so we can display their email address by simply user. If the user exists, then we need to display it. So this is the simple JavaScript which is required. We will display the user email. So user.email, that's it. So if you refresh it, guys, you can now see the email address is displaying here, geekygautam1997@gmail.com. So now we need to hook up this logout functionality, guys. If I click the logout button, we need to log out from this page. So what we can say that we can define a function inside of our context API. So right here we will define this const logout. This will be a arrow function. So inside our logout, guys, which is very much easy. If you go here, inside a logout, we need to simply return sign out. Sign out is the method which is required here. It is automatically imported. You can see sign out. And basically here you need to put the authentication object. You can also, that's it. So now you need to add this at the bottom. So this is very much important. Logout. That's it. Now we can access this inside our account page. So simply here when we put the button here, so here we will simply say when we click this button we need to execute this method which is handle logout. So handle logout. So basically here we need to create this function which is const handle logout. Basically this is the arrow function. This is again async function, so all the functions related in Firebase will be async. So here we need to wrap all this code inside try catch. So if any sort of error take place, we can console log e.message, and inside this, guys, we will await the logout. So here we need to import this logout which is their method. So here we simply say logout, call this method, and then we need to navigate to the home page. So once we are successfully navigated, you will see it will automatically import it. Sorry, this is use navigate, we don't need this one. So navigate, so use navigate hook, we need to use it from the React router DOM. So here we can now navigate to the home page. So we can simply say navigate to the home page. That's it. So once we are successfully log out, so now we can test this application, guys. Just click logout, you will be redirected to the home page. So now you can create another free account which is test@mail.com 12345 6. So this is your account page. Now you can see that, guys, test under mail.com. If you refresh it, one more account is added now. If you click logout, you are successfully log out. So now the last functionality, guys, we will look at the sign in. We need to sign into an existing account. How to do this? So it's very much similar. We do need to add a new method here which is actually inside our context API. So basically this method will actually sign the user in. So const sign in. This will also have the email and the password which is written by the user, which will be provided as an argument. So right here, guys, we will again use the same method which is provided by Firebase. This time not create user, this time sign in with email and password. So this will also be imported from the Firebase/auth package, and here basically here we'll pass the authentication, and then we also pass the email and the password. That's it. That's all that, guys, which is needed for this application. It is so much easy. Now we need to add this inside our this one, put a comma, which is sign in. That's it. So this is our function, guys. So this is capital, not capital, small I. So this is also passed here, guys. Now we have defined this. So now we need to go to our sign in page, guys, sign in component. So once again we need to repeat the same process. We need to bind a on submit which is handle submit, and then basically we need to attach on change, which is here only, which is set the email, which is e.target.value, and also for the password as well, on change. So set password e.target.value, that's it. So just repeat the same changes, and it is similar to the sign up process. So right here we need to create this function handle submit, and also we need to create the variables for the email set email, that's it. So this will be empty, same for the password. And for the error as well, and also we will now define the handle submit, guys, which is a callback function. This will again be a async function, and it will contain this event object. So first of all, we will prevent the auto submission of the form, and now guys what we need to do is that basically uh, we will set the error to nothing. Again we will use the try catch block. So once any sort of error take place, we can set the error e.message and also console.this. And here guys, inside to we will again use await keyword, and basically we need to import our method which is sign in. This needs to be imported from auth user auth. This will be imported, you will see that automatically. So we have this method sign in, we will provide the email and the password, that's it. So that's all that you need to do. And also when we are successfully signed in, we need to navigate to the account page. So we'll say, sorry, not this one, let me delete this. So we need to say navigate, use navigate, that's it, and navigate to the account page, so slash account, that's it. So now it is completed, guys. Again it is saying sign in is not defined. I think it is overriding with this message, so just go to auth context and just change this method to, sorry, sign in, it is capital I, so just make it capital I, and here just do it capital I. So now you can see we have this. So let's suppose we put this email here, test@mail.com. This is the existing email address. Password I know 123456. Click sorry, this one, there will be an error because already an existing email is there. If you refresh it, so no email was created because existing email was there, so that's why. So this is, you can also display error messages as well. So once a user is successfully signed up, you can display alert success messages, totally depend upon you. So this is sign up here, so now we can simply say test@mail.com 123456. So sign up. So now you can see that we have this account test@mail.com. So again we have this logout feature. If I log out, you are successfully log out. So you just need to change this button text to sign up, sign in, not sign up. So you can take any example, guys, totally up to you. You can take this example, Geeky Gautam 1997. First of all, hit the like button, guys. Subscribe the channel. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Sign in. You can now see account page. Logout. You can see. So this is the overall application, guys. It is completed, and just one thing is remaining. So you can see if I go directly to the account page, I can go to it directly. So this feature is not up to the mark. So this is highly risky feature. So we don't need to allow visitors to directly visit the account page without logging in. So we need to prevent this. So for this we need to implement the protected routes that is also available at the title of the video. So how to implement this protected route, guys? How to protect that account route? So whenever someone goes to it, we don't allow this to open. Instead we will redirect it to the home page. So for this it is very much easy. Just go to your, I think what we need to do is that, so here we need to create a file inside our components. So this file will be called as protected route.js. So this is a JavaScript file. So basically here you need to import the React from React, and also just create this. This is just a component here, protected route, and once again this will have this children. And inside this, guys, first of all we will get the user which you need to protect by using user auth. This will be imported from the context API file. And first of all we will say if the user is an invalid user, in that case we will simply return to the home page. So we will navigate, we will import this. You will see from React router DOM. So here we need to navigate to the home page. So basically put slash here like this, and we also need to export this default protected route. And if the user is not valid, then we simply return children. That's it. Return children. That's all. It's it is just a protected route. That's all that you need to do, guys. So also now we need to include this file inside our authentication context. So right here inside, now to make this as a protected route, I think you need to go to index, or I think app.js. Yeah, you need to go to app.js file, and here basically whichever route you need to make protected. Let's suppose this is a route which is the account route, we need to make it protected. So what we can say is that inside this element we will just surround this using protected route. It will be automatically imported, you will see that. Inside this we will just route our account. That's it. So now this is a protected route, you can see that. If you refresh it now, if you want to go to the account /account, you will not be able to go to it. You can now see it will automatically redirect you to the home page. You can now see you will not go to that. So that's the magic of protected routes, guys, inside your using context API inside React.js. So this is a complete project, guys, we have seen inside React.js to implement Firebase Authentication in Firebase 9 version. So if you have liked that video, please hit the like button, subscribe the channel, and also hit the notification bell icon. And if you have any sort of comment related to this video, please ask questions. So let me now run all the comments that you have put here. You can go get all the source code. I have given this source code in the pinned comment. You can just go to it, get all the source code of this application. So please make a video on how to extract a single paragraph from PDF, like abstract from research paper using Node.js. Okay, definitely I will say. Can you please tell me where I can get a real-time stock finance API? There are various APIs available for this purpose, so definitely. Let me take a break, guys. I have spoken a lot of. I'm very tired, so let me